privilege to welcome each of you to our campus today. Before we begin with our remarks, I want to recognize a few special guests that we're very honored to have with us today. First, I want to recognize members of Senator Billy Odell's family. We're very honored to have his wife, Gail, with us today, his daughter, Michelle, and his son, Chip. And then also very pleased to have very many members of the Odell Corporation with us today. I'm not sure where everyone is, but I understand we have quite a few, but I will recognize a little bit later John Stroud, CEO and President of the Odell Corporation, and glad his wife Farrell could be with us as well. And we have a lot of other special guests, and this is where it's dangerous because I'm sure I'm going to miss somebody. But I'm very pleased that we have Senator Floyd Nicholson, who will be making some remarks a little later with us, and Senator Mike Gambrell, Representative John McCravey, and Representative Van Parks is back on the third row. And then we have Tyler James, Representative Jeff Duncan with us today as well. And quite a few other dignitaries. We'll be here all day mentioning some people, but I do want to mention a few other people. We have, I know, Toby Chappell from the county, and Theo Lane, who's actually, I guess, representing county council, but also is on our foundation board, so very glad that you're here. And then quite a few other dignitaries that I know. Angela Laborde is here representing the chamber. Kate Self is here representing Partnership Alliance. And I think I saw Patricia Hartung from Upper South Council of Government. And then I think also Henry Watts from CPW. So we're very pleased that all of you could be here for this great event today. And Frank Wyman coming in from the South Foundation. So lots of members here, and many others that deserve to be recognized. And I'm glad that all of you could be here for this great occasion. I also want to recognize some board members, both our Greenwood Genetic Center Board of Directors and CPC Foundation members. I think we have quite a few here. I see Jay Nexon, who's the chair of our foundation board, John Hunt, who is past chair, I guess, of our board of directors, still a vice chair of our board of directors. And Charlene Green is here, Theo Lane, I mentioned Bill Stevens, Roger Stevenson, and Jim McDonald is here, as well as Gary Gunderson. I hope I didn't miss any others coming in, but Bill Stevens, I mentioned you, right? Yes. So let me just make a few remarks, then I'll introduce Senator Nicholson and John Stroud. So, today we're here to recognize really one of the truly great champions of the Greenwood Genetic Center, the late Senator Billy Odell. As you know, Senator Odell served the people of South Carolina in the state Senate for 27 years. He served faithfully, he served honorably, and during his tenure as senator, he gained the respect of his fellow legislators and the trust of his constituents. And we here at the Greenwood Genetic Center are very fortunate that one of Senator Odell's great passions was advocating for children and families, especially individuals impacted by disabilities and genetic disorders. He hired individuals with developmental and physical challenges, giving them a chance to prove they could be capable, productive members of society. And as a senator, he advocated within state government to ensure that those with disabilities had access to the services and medical care that are needed to allow them to reach their full potential. The Greenwood Genetic Center and our partner, the Department of Disabilities and Special Needs, were always at the forefront of his legislative work. He worked tirelessly to ensure that we had the state support that we needed to complete our mission of service to those in need. The Greenwood Genetic Center is especially honored to have had a special place in Senator Odell's heart. He valued the work that we do, and he recognized the positive impact that our clinical services, our diagnostic testing, our research, educational programs had on families across this state. And he proudly boasted of the cutting edge work that was being conducted here to his fellow legislators, and any chance he had, he brought us to our campus to visit, and we were grateful for that. It would be impossible for me to remember and to list all of the ways that Senator Odell impacted the growth and the mission of the Greenwood Genetic Center, but I would like to highlight just a couple today. Senator Odell was a quiet but very strong presence in Columbia, and he was always willing to open doors and to apply gentle pressure when needed to secure resources for us or to support the advancement of one of our services or programs. And I can't overstate how effective he was at that. I remember countless meetings where you didn't really have to say much, just to look, and all of a sudden things would happen and change. And it actually got to the point where I just had to mention his name and things would happen. Senator Odell was a major champion in securing funding for the building that's right out to your left, the South Carolina Center for the Treatment of Genetic Disorders. And this brought a focus to the treatment of genetic disorders to South Carolina. He was very instrumental in securing state funding for that building. His influence was felt with the expansion of newborn metabolic screening in 2004 in the state, screening newborns for serious genetic disorders. He was very instrumental in bringing together the resources and collaboration between state agencies to develop a metabolic treatment program that delivers life-changing and life-saving treatments to newborns, children, and adults in South Carolina with rare genetic disorders. And he was very passionate and a strong advocate for our autism research program. He was very instrumental in obtaining support for autism research, both back in the mid-1990s and then more recently as our research scientists have been working to develop a blood-based test for autism and develop treatments for autism. And Senator Odell was also very instrumental in securing state support for the Clemson University Center for Human Genetics, which is, you can't see it, but it's right behind us. And we're very fortunate to have Trudy McKay and her husband, Dr. Robert Anholt, both very internationally esteemed scientists that started in July 1 and brought their team, and we're very excited to have them on campus and working with us in collaborative efforts, and very thankful for Senator Odell's help in making that happen. Unfortunately, we lost Senator Odell in 2016 far too soon, and we mourn that loss. We mourn the loss of a great statesman, a champion for the Greenwood Genetic Center, and a great friend. However, I assure you his legacy lives on. I can confidently say that without his support, the Greenwood Genetic Center would not have grown as we have grown. We would not have been as successful as we have been, nor would we be able to continue to effectively carry out our mission for those with disabilities. We are indebted to Senator Odell's service, to his grace, to his generosity, and to his leadership. And it's very fitting that today we're here to honor Senator Odell's memory and to bestow his name on our boardroom, which is right here behind me. Since 1996, this has been the location where Genetic Center's leaders have met to guide the development of our center. It's where our current and future leaders will gather to move our organization forward. His name and legacy, and it's not there yet, but will be over the door. It'll be Senator William H. Billy Odell Boardroom, will be over that door, and his name and legacy will greet all who walk through that doorway, and his character will continue to provide a model for us to follow as long as we're permitted to continue to do our work here. So I now want to welcome to the podium Senator Floyd Nicholson. Senator Nicholson is carrying on that tradition that Senator Odell started. I've known Senator Nicholson as an educator for my children, as an honorable mayor for our city, and since 2009 he's served us faithfully in the Senate, and he continues that passion for children and families and those with disabilities, and is continued to be someone that we can call upon when we need help. And I guess I really want to say that we've been very fortunate with our delegation, both on the House and on the Senate side here, to have passionate support, strong support, and people that are willing to listen anytime we call with an issue or a need, and to find the right person to talk to. So I want to thank all of our delegation for that support. I want to welcome Senator Nicholson to the podium to make some comments.
afternoon. First, I want to say thank you, Steve. And I would just like to say, all I need to do is say ditto to everything Steve said, and I can sit down. Everything has really been said, you know. I've known Senator Odell many years, and when I was first elected to the Senate in '09, I was fortunate enough to have him as my suite mate, or he had me as his suite mate. So in the Senate, we have 2 senators that share an office together with 1 administrative assistant. So Billy and I became suite mates. And you know what? You learn a lot from people who've been around for a while. And I learned a lot from Senator Odell. You know, just like our Steve said, his compassion, the things he did for our state, and not only for the state, for the nation, and for the world, because when you think about the research that's done here at this facility, it's not only benefiting Greenwood, it's benefiting the state, it's benefiting the nation, and it's benefiting the world, the research that's going here. So by Billy having that compassion, feeling for this facility, he had an impact on so many lives throughout the entire world. Because the research that's done here is impacting individuals to improve their quality of life. That's what it's all about. What can you do to help somebody else? And Billy did that in so many different ways. And Senator Odell, you know, I should call him Billy, but Senator Odell, he didn't do it for the recognition. Like Steve said, he was quiet, he was behind the scenes, but he got it done. Just like I said, it might just take a look, a little whisper, and it was done. That was Billy. But he was committed. He was truly a committed senator who was serving the people for the people, not for his recognition. And as we know, the tremendous growth we've had here in the Genetic Center, it takes funds. And this is one thing Billy was always talking about. Hey, Floyd, we got to get some funding for the Genetic Center. We got to do this for the Genetic Center because the importance of this facility. And the thing about it, you know, in talking to a lot of people in Columbia, when they would come up to visit, they would be amazed at what's going on here at this facility. That's in Greenwood. You know, a lot of people didn't know, and that's why Billy did everything he could to make sure he got House members, senators to come up and see. Because once you see firsthand what an organization or what a particular facility is doing, you get a better picture. And that's why Billy was able to get the funding, because he brought those individuals up to see firsthand the research that's being done here in Greenwood at the Genetic Center, and how that research is impacting lives, and how that research also is saving taxpayers dollars. You know, the research being done by individuals with disability, where they can stay at home instead of being placed in an institution where it costs 10 times as much to fund as opposed to individuals staying home, it's saving taxpayers dollars. And when you can get people to realize, if you give the money up front to do research to prevent certain things from happening, it's a big savings. So that's what Billy was about. Billy was about doing the right thing to benefit the people of our state, our nation, and of the world. And he was a proud servant. And I think it's very befitting today that the Genetic Center is naming their board member in recognition of my friend, a true servant of the state, of our area, who committed to doing things to enhance the quality of life of so many people around the world. Senator William Billy Odell. And I'm so delighted that his sweet wife, Gail, is here today, son, and his right and left hand. You know, you used to always tell me the company couldn't run without John Stroud. You know, that was his right, left hand, right and left leg, everything. So, you know, we are very fortunate that Billy Odell came our way, because we can truly say that our community, our state, and the world is a better place because of the contributions made by Senator Odell. Thank you, and may God bless you.
want to introduce Mr. John Stroud, who's the CEO and president of Odell Corporation. And what I've learned in talking to John is he's not just the CEO of Odell Corporation. He's not just a business partner, but he really was a friend, but actually I've learned almost a family member of the Odell family. So he's here to speak on behalf of the family and on behalf of the Odell Corporation. So, John, welcome.
Thank you, Steve. What a pleasure to get to talk about Billy anywhere, anytime. It's I'm listening to the comments and I think what else can be said, but if you got a few hours, I can see a lot of it. But I'm going to be brief, and first of all, I want to thank Ted Nixon, Gail's idea to look at things that were very important to Billy in the state, and our children talked, and two things he was very passionate about were the Citadel and Greenwood Genetic Center. And so, based on Gail's lead, I spoke with Jay, and Jay was able to connect us with Victoria, who just was a pleasure to work with and made this process of till this point easy and fun. So thanks for that. And I want to talk about Billy a little bit. I'm hearing all the behind the scenes stuff. In our office, he wasn't behind the scenes. He was kind of front and center. And that was good, and that's what we expected. And on his trip to the office after a week of the Senate, he would unwind, and he was always so proud and passionate about talking about Greenwood Genetic Center. Hey, you won't believe it, John. You won't believe it, gang. We got, chill. Got some recurring funds coming. Unbelievable. Man, just so happy about it, passionate about it, and would brag and talk about as Dr. Skinner said, the cutting edge research here is beyond most people's comprehension. And most people in Greenwood, I don't think, have much of an idea of what goes on here. And well, it's just a monstrous credit to the town and to Greenwood Genetic Center that Billy was able to help. And I don't know, Gail, this could be a toss-up, I guess. Citadel, Greenwood Genetic Center. In Billy's district, I don't think it was a toss-up. I think this was probably number one. So, and I'm going to not talk a lot more other than that. Just a lot has been said. It's been eloquently presented to you all. I would like to thank Greenwood Genetic Center on the behalf of Gail and her family, from the bottom of all of our associates' hearts at the Odell Corporation, for this honor. To put his name above a door here would make him more proud than anybody can imagine. And so I'm going to close, and I'm going to say this, that every time I drive through here, I think about Greenwood Genetic Center, I think about other places, but when I ride this way, I ride by the Clemson building. I don't think about Clemson. I think about Billy Odell. And I think about the Clemson building on the Greenwood Genetic Center campus. That's a big deal. And I know Floyd worked on it as well, but Billy worked tirelessly. So again, thank you so much for this. Thank you for the honor of Billy in this way. And thanks for letting me speak to you for a minute.
Family come up just a second. I do want to recognize, and they're listed in your program, Senator Odell certainly did so much for this center that we'd be honored to put his name on our boardroom and above that door. But these people wanted to do something special as well. So we want to thank these people for the contributions that they made to, again, honor the memory of Senator Odell and as we went forward with this event. So I just wanted to to call your attention to the list of names on the back of the program. And I will ask Gail and Michelle and Chip to come up. As I said, there will be lettering over the door with Senator Odell's name on there, and then this plaque will be hung in the boardroom, and I'll read it. I haven't memorized it, but Senator William H. Billy Odell, Boardroom. With deep gratitude and in recognition of Senator Billy Odell, honoring a life of service to the families and children of South Carolina and to the mission of the Greenwood Genetic Center. Graciously supported by colleagues, family, and friends, dedicated July 25th, 2018. So, thank you all for being here, and thank you for sharing Senator Odell with us for so many years. Thank you very much. And one more thing, I'll present this to you. So this has become a tradition, I guess, from our foundation. We have lots of angels. So this is an angel for you. You've certainly been an angel at the Greenwood Genetic Center, sharing Senator Odell with us. So hopefully you will remember us when you see that. Now, that concludes our program, other than a reception in the lobby to your right, I guess. So we invite you all to stay and share some refreshments, speak to the family and other friends here with us today. Thank you very much for your attendance today.